I had three husbands,
What?
and they all cheated on me.
Ah!
But at the time, I didn't know what a blessing that was. Hello, everyone. Thank you for stopping by to see me today. Today, I'm going to talk about part of my life. And some of y'all are going to be able to relate to what I'm saying. I know if y'all have heard me say in some of my videos that I've had three husbands. I know that's a lot. I was married 3 times. Really and truly, I was married 4 times. I married one of them twice. My first husband, I married him twice. And I can tell you, that was one of the biggest mistakes ever in my life. Don't get me wrong now. Some second times do work, some of them, but the majority of them do not work. Okay? I'm going to start off with the first husband, y'all. I was young. It was back in 1976 when I met this dude. He was the most handsome guy in the neighborhood. All the girls wanted him, but I didn't. Because usually I don't like guys that a whole bunch of girls like and chasing after them. I usually don't like them. And since I wasn't chasing after him, he started chasing me because he's wondering, why is this pretty young thing not chasing me when I know I look good? Oh, yes, he did. Very handsome, like I said. He finally got me. And he was the sweetest thing ever. I'm young now. I'm 17, early 17. We was having fun. We was riding bikes. Doing everything under the sun. Kissing, rubbing, hugging, touching, and you know what else with my young self. Then I found out later I was pregnant. He really was from Ohio. He left. That's when I found out I was pregnant. He came back and he married me. Okay? Young. I was 18 when I married and had the baby. Yes, I know that was young. Yes, I was dumb. Yes, I was stupid. A lot of us are stupid when we're that young. Even you. Okay? Some of us are a little bit smarter. Okay? All I know, my mama used to say to me all the time, I better not catch you with no boy doing nothing you shouldn't be knowing. Okay? But back then, they didn't tell you why. They just threw out threats, okay? But those threats didn't work. They don't work when you're in love, when you fall in love, people. That's why some of your children act crazy right now. Some of your teenagers. Some of your young adults, the 20-year-olds. Your kids still at home in college. They drop out of school. They do everything. All because they're in love, especially women. We don't do what we're supposed to do as a woman, okay? Wait. Wait for the right man to come along. I thought I had the right man. I thought I did. But y'all, as years went by, we got married. He started hanging with my brothers and started drinking, started smoking, doing pot, God knows what else. Then I found out the hard way, y'all. He was cheating on me. Hurt my heart. Not only that, he cheated with a stepsister. She wasn't blood, but she was a stepsister. He acted like he hated her guts. They act like they hated each other. I had my second baby then. They were born back to back, 11 months apart. He was cheating with my stepsister. My heart was broken to pieces. He begged and begged and begged. Of course, I took him back. But I couldn't take it anymore. I couldn't. I had to get rid of him. I had to. So I moved on. Then I met my second husband, y'all. He was a Nigerian from Lagos, Nigeria. Over here in America going to school. I started dating him. I met him through a friend. We were double dating. I didn't like him at first. I did not. But my mama did. My mama liked him. I didn't like him. Okay? He was bringing her cigarettes and diet sodas and giving her money. I did not like him. He wasn't bad looking. I just didn't like him enough to be my man. You know what I mean? And plus I had 2 little girls. But you know what? He was kind to me. He was. If he was cheating, I didn't know it at the beginning. Same thing about the first husband. He wasn't doing it at the beginning. First husband became an alcoholic. And then you sit around and you think to yourself, is it me? Is there something wrong with me? I was young then. And I'm thinking, oh, well, this is just what men do. So you sit around, then you start accepting it. And you're just thinking all men do that. Well, the African was really nice to me. Y'all, he really was. He taught me how to drive. My first husband did not want me to know how to drive. He taught me how to drive. He sent me to vocational school. I learned a trade. I started working at a bank. He bought me my first car. We got married. We bought a house. My girls loved him. I loved him. Then couldn't find out later on he was cheating too. Cheating. He had a second job. I'm going to tell you, he was really smart. He got his master in engineering. Very smart guy. But he was cheating. We dated 4 years before we got married. So I just figured, oh, he's not trying to marry me for a green card. Because I know that's what a lot of people say. And that's what a lot of Africans do. And foreign people. But he actually loved me, okay? I know he did. Because he cried and cried and cried. But I couldn't take him back. Why? Because I don't trust him anymore. When someone cheats on you, a serial cheater, you cannot trust anymore. You can't. You can try to, but you're not going to be able to trust them. Every time they get out, go out and leave that door, your heart is going to sink. You're going to be upset. You're going to be mad. You're going to cause fights. So that messed up second husband. Then my first husband came back into my life. And like I said, I remarried him with the 2 little girls. I'm like, well, maybe I should try to make it work with him. He's a Christian now. He goes to church. He be semi-preaching, you know. He's religion now. He has religion. He's a Christian. He's talking what I want to hear. Okay. He's a changed man. Because some people do change. Some people do. But then again, a lot of people fool you. So I remarried him again. And we moved to Georgia. That's why I'm here now in Georgia. Because of a man. Moved here. I thought things was going fine. I really did. Because we started our own business. We had a landscaping business. It was nice. We was making good money. Okay? We lived up there in Alpharetta, Georgia. I don't know if some of y'all know what that is. Okay? Nice part of the Georgia neighborhoods, you know. If I tell you, I found out that he was sleeping with my neighbor downstairs. She called my house, y'all. And I'm wondering how the hell she get my number because I didn't give it to her. I answered the phone. I said, hello. Hello? Nobody answered. Hung up. Click. But at the time they had, what's that, redial or something like that. Call back, whatever you call it. I forgot what they call it. So I called the number back. The lady downstairs picked the number up, the phone up. I said, Shelly? Shelly, because I realized the voice when she said hello. I said, what you doing calling my number? Well, see, I didn't know this. She was sleeping with him. I found out a day or two later, walked downstairs. I'm like, where is he? I could hear all this noise. When I come downstairs, we lived in a apartment. We was upstairs. She was down up under us. I go downstairs, open up her door. You know, I hate to say it, but white people, y'all don't believe in locking y'all doors. At least the ones that I know. They don't believe in locking the doors. I opened up the door and there they was on the couch, getting down with her son in the back bedroom sleeping. And Shelly's husband was the maintenance man. So I went to the office, the apartment office, and said, hey, may I speak to Kevin? They called Kevin up to the office, and I told Kevin what I saw. Kevin left. All I know is that I heard she got her ass beat. That's just what I'm going to say. I kicked him out, okay? And I also found out he was cheating. Still talking about the first husband. When we was doing the lawn service. He was at this one house for days. And I'm keep asking him, what's taking you so long to cut this yard? Oh, she got a lot of bushes. She got a lot of bushes. I got to cut these bushes down. They tall. I got to cut them down. I said, you know what? I'm coming with you and I'm going to help you. I went with him to cut the bushes down. I was shocked at what I saw. The bushes were like waist high. He didn't cut them because they were scattered out. Okay. Soon as we pull up in the car, in the truck, a woman comes out on the porch and she starts calling his name. Get up here. I said, you go up there. Go up on that porch and see what happened to you. Okay. I dare you to take one step on her porch. I dare you. You think he went up those stairs? No, he didn't. Then I couldn't find out he was sleeping with her. So I wonder just how long has he been sleeping with this woman that he's so-called cutting her grass. Kicked him out. That was it. Couldn't take it no more. That's why I say I'd never remarry anybody. But in the process, a couple of weeks later, I started working. So I knew I had to get myself together. Got a job at Hampton Inn, cleaning rooms. I hated that job, y'all. But you got to do what you got to do, people, when you know you're having problems in your marriage, in your life. You got to do what you got to do, even though you don't want to, because I had 2 little girls, so I had to do what I had to do. And let me tell you, I met this guy. He was the maintenance man. Nice guy. Tall. I like him tall. Tall, dark skinned. Coming in my room, sitting down, talking to me. He knew I was having problems. Hadn't gotten a divorce yet, but we were separated. So he was talking to me. He was kind. He was, okay? Finally got a divorce. Started dating him. Well, he helped me get one. Started dating him. Thought he was the best thing ever. Because at the time he was, y'all. They fool you. They fool you. Let me tell you something. They fool you. Okay, marriage was happened maybe about, I met him like in 1989, married him in 1992. We had a little boy, okay? He went over to Desert Storm, had the baby. He wasn't there because he was, called up for duty. Came back, saw the baby. Baby was like 4 months old. We got married. I had the time of my life. I thought it was wonderful. I did. Then I started seeing signs. I started noticing he started looking at other women, a wondering eye. You know when they cheating, y'all. You know when they looking at another woman in the wrong way. I felt kind of funny. I'm like, why is he looking at women like that? But y'all, there were signs even before then. But you know what? I ignored them because he was such a sweet man to me, And I used to get on, don't stare at women like that now. Don't do that because you don't want me looking at men like that. So don't be staring at other women. So then I noticed he kept saying, as the years went by, that he wasn't happy. He was sad. He used to drive trucks, y'all. And I found out that he was cheating on me. First time I actually knew is when he was cheating on me with a white lesbian woman. They was in the same reserve unit, Army Reserve Unit. Cheated on me with her. It was hurtful. He had her in the truck with him. And they was all the way in Texas. I found out because her lover called me on the phone and told me that her girlfriend was in the truck with my husband and they've been sleeping together. And I called him. He had to admit it. I don't know why he did. Maybe he was in love with her. It hurt my heart to pieces, y'all. I know some of y'all have been through what I'm going through, what I have been through. Not what I'm going through now, because hell, I'm happy as hell right now. Because I ain't got to deal with no man. So that hurt me to my core. I had suspicions, but I didn't, actually know. I forgave him. We went to therapy. He even called the therapist for us to go. Because I guess he didn't want the marriage to break up. Maybe he didn't want to pay child support. That's what I'm thinking for our son. Maybe he didn't. That's why he did it. So as soon as my son turned 18, I found out he was having an affair with someone younger. In the unit 2, he always messing with women in the unit. She was 22 years old. And my husband was like 50, 49 years, 22 years old. He would start taking pills to help him stay hard longer. So he was screwing me and screwing her at the same time. I don't know if he was raw dogging her or not. I have no idea. But men, y'all are some low down sapsuckers, sticking that thing in another woman knowing you got a wife at home. Raw dogging. I'm talking about the men right now. I know some women do it too, but I'm talking about men who have husbands. I'm saying women who have husbands and be cheating on them. They don't care if the wife catches them because you don't know what your side chick doing. You just don't know it. Moving right along. So we end up divorcing. She's printing something, my daughter, if you hear something. So it's been hard, y'all. Okay? I don't have to go through that anymore. I don't. Some of y'all right now are going through the same thing that I'm going through. I'd rather have peace in my life than to be stressing about what somebody is doing behind my back. Somebody who don't give a damn about me. Okay? I felt like it was something wrong with me. The reason why all these men were cheating on me. What was I doing that was wrong? I was cooking dinners. I was catering to them. I was cleaning the house. I was a good wife. I was taking care of the kids. I'm not saying I was perfect. I'm sure I had some faults that they didn't like. But hell, they had some faults that I didn't like either. So what makes them better than me? Huh? That I can forgive their faults, but they can't forgive mine. What? But that's the way people are. But I got tired. Sometime in life, you're going to get tired. Some of y'all been sitting there for years, miserable, in a relationship that you know is not going to work. But you're there maybe for financial reasons. And I can understand that. And maybe you can tolerate that other person. Maybe you can. Because maybe the love is gone. But if the love is gone and you know they out there doing something and you sitting at home, are you okay with that? Because if you're sitting there, do not complain about what the other person is doing and you already know. They are showing you what they're doing, but you're going to stay. Because that's what you used to. Because you still love that person. but that person don't love you and they treat you bad. That's a horrible way to live, people. I have so much pride in myself now because those men made me think that something was wrong with me. The reason why I couldn't keep a husband. I thought it was me. Like I said, I'm not saying I was perfect. I never cheated on them, even though they made me mad. I never cheated. I could have done the same thing they did. But I knew it was wrong. I didn't want to hurt their feelings, even though they were hurting my feelings. They didn't care about me. But I cared enough for them, even though they was treating me wrong, not to hurt them. So go down in the comment section and tell me, are you going through something similar in your life? Have you gone through something like that? Are you going to continue to stay? Do you want to be happy for the rest of your life? You only got one life to live. One. Get your plan B if you plan on leaving. Don't leave right now and you ain't got a pot to piss in. Because you're going to be even more miserable if you ain't got no place to go. You ain't got no money. Some people leave at the wrong time. I can understand maybe sometimes you get put out, but you got to have somebody that's willing to help you. You say you don't want no friends, but we all need somebody in our life. I got Jesus. He's going to come on time, right on time. And when it don't come on time that you expect it to come, what you going to do then? Because Jesus might be saying, it ain't your time yet. I gave you some common sense to know when to leave and when to prepare. But you don't prepare. You sit and stay idle. Then it's on you, okay? Stop saying it's Jesus who's going to take you out of your misery. You got to help yourself as well. All right? Whew, let me get out of here. With all that being said, make sure you like, share, comment, and subscribe. And watch the next video coming up. Thank you.
Yeah.